For materials, you are going to need at least a skein of yarn or as many colors as needed. Next, you'll be needing a size 4mm hook, also a pair of scissors. For this tutorial, I will not be working with a magic circle. I actually do a chain of 6 first, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to start our chain, and we're going to chain up 6. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then one more will make 6. So now going into that first chain, we're going to do a slip stitch, and we're just going to slip through both of those stitches, and that's how we made our magic circle. So now what we're going to do is start off with a chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and basically this chain 3 is going to count as a double crochet. Starting off, this one will actually be the first double crochet. You're going to wrap your yarn around, insert it through that hoop. With your hook inside the circle, you're going to grab that yarn, pull through, and you should have 3 stitches or 3 loops on your hook. You're going to pull through 2, and you should still have 2 remaining left, and then you're going to pull through 2 again. And that is how you make, so sorry, that's how you guys make a double crochet. Now that I have 2 double crochets, I'm going to go ahead and make another one. This is going to be the 3rd double crochet. So insert, pull through, you have 3 loops on your hook, pull through 2, yarn over, and then pull through 2, and that is how you make another double crochet. So I'm going to go ahead and finish making my double crochet, and once I have 16 stitches all together, I will be back. Okay, so I am back and I have my 16 double crochet. So now what we're going to do, we are going to go ahead and make a slip stitch in that chain 3. So what I like to do sometimes, if I can't find the stitch down here, I actually like to count from where I started my double crochet at, and then I work my way down. So I know this will be 3, 2, and then 1 is right there. And you know you did a chain 3 or chain 2. That's where you go from. Now that I am in that chain 3 stitch, we're going to do a slip stitch, and we're going to pull through those stitches. So after you make your 16 double crochets, you slip stitched, and this is how the first round looks. Now you can either change out your yarn or you can keep your same yarn, and we're going to go ahead and move on to row 2. So what you're going to do, you're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. And for this round, we're actually going to make increasing. We're going to do some increasing by adding 2 double crochets in every stitch. So since this chain 3 already counts as a double crochet, I'm going to go ahead and yarn over my yarn. And we're going to put another double crochet in that same stitch. So I yarned over. I'm going to put my hook through, pull the yarn through. Now you have 3 stitches left. Pull through 2, yarn over, and then pull through 2. And now we have 2 double crochets in that one stitch. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to the next stitch by adding 2 more double crochet. And again, you're going to yarn over, pull it through the stitch, yarn over, or pull the hook through. That was just so great. Pull the hook through. You're going to pull the yarn through. You'll have 3 stitches on your hook. Pull through 2. Yarn over and then pull through 2. And we're going to go ahead and just keep on adding double crochets, 2 double crochets in every stitch. And once I am done, I will come back and show you guys what it looks like. And the fun part is we're going to actually switch colors. Okay, so when you are done making your increases, you should have 32 stitches all together. And I counted it and we have 32. So we're going to go ahead and make a slip stitch on in our chain 3 stitch. Okay. And boom. And that is how our round 2 is complete. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is take my scissors and I'm going to leave a good amount. And then we're going to go ahead and start up with our new color. Into round 3, I like to just start at a random point in one of these stitches. Go ahead and connect it and pull it through. So now for this round, you're going to actually chain up 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, your chain 4 is going to actually count as 1 triple crochet. And the reason why is how we're going to make, and I've already made one to show reference, how we're going to make these corner stitches are not going to be from double crochet, just from triple. So how we do that is making our chain 4. Starting with making my corner piece, we're going to wrap our yarn 2 times. We're going to go in that stitch, and just so I don't have to do too much sewing or weaving in my yarn, I actually like to bring my yarn with me. So we have our hook through. We're going to actually pull our yarn through the stitch, and you should have 4 stitches. We're going to pull through the first 2. We're going to yarn over, pull through the second 2 stitches. We're going to yarn over and pull through those last 2. And that is how you made your first triple crochet. So we're going to do 7 regular double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then our last one will be 7. So now that we made our 7 double crochets, we're going to go ahead and make this corner stitch again. And how we're going to do it is making a triple crochet in that next stitch. Excuse me, we're going to make 2 triple crochets in the next stitch. With the triple crochet, we're going to go ahead and add 1 triple crochet, get some yarn. And then we're going to add we're going to make our second triple crochet in that same stitch. And now, I can go through it, we're going to actually chain up 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to add 2 more triple crochets. And that's how we're going to complete that corner. So 1, and then our last one, 2. So basically for the pattern here for row 3 is starting off with chaining 4, making a triple crochet we're going to do 7 stitches, or yeah, we're going to do 7 stitches of double crochet. And then after that 7 stitch, we're going to go ahead and make 2 triple crochets with a chain 3, and then again back in that same stitch, 2 triple crochets. And we're going to go ahead and repeat that all over for this row. And just to show you guys one more time, so we've already done with that one corner piece. So we're going to go ahead and make your first double crochet. So 1, oops, sorry guys, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and our last double crochet that makes 7. And now going into our corner, we're going to make a triple crochet in that next stitch. That's 1, and then we're going to add another one that will make 2. Oh gosh. Okay, so this is 2. We're going to make our chain 3, and then we're going to add 2 more triple crochet. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and I'll be back once we make it towards the end. So once you're done completing round 3, you should actually have 44 stitches and 4 chain spaces. So now moving on to my favorite part. I'm going to go ahead and snip that off, pull our yarn through, and we're going to go ahead and start making our increasing for our hat. So I know for me, I need to make 9 rows, and it might vary for everyone, but if your head size is typically a 21 to 22 inches, if you divide that, because you're going to be making 2 of these, you should come out with this measurement of 10.5. Now, it might vary because of tension, but all in all, you're going to need, for a size, I want to say maybe for this hat is like a size small, you are going to need 10.5 inches. So moving on to round 4, I'm going to go ahead and pick back up my white yarn, and I'm going to insert my hook. You're going to make a chain 3. So 1, oops, okay, so 1, 2, 3. So we have our first double crochet, well, excuse me, our first chain 3 that is going to count as a double crochet. So moving on to our next stitch, we're going to add a double crochet, and we're going to just continue making double crochets all the way across until we get to our first chain 4 space. So I'm putting in my last double crochet here. And now that we are at a chain 4 space, you're going to go ahead and still make a triple crochet in this space. You're going to make 4 of them. So this is our first one. We're gonna make that second one. So after we make our first 2 triple crochets, you're gonna make a chain 3, and then we're gonna make 2 more triple crochets. And basically that's what we're gonna be doing essentially for the rest of this project, is just making increasing. We are not increasing from our stitches, we're only increasing in our chain 4 space. And I made, excuse me, y'all, I ended up doing 9 rows of this to fit my head completely. So I'm gonna go show you guys again how we're gonna be doing essentially from row 4 all the way up to row 9. Again, we're going to be making double crochets in every stitch besides our chain 4 space. So this is a double crochet. I'm going to make another double crochet, and we're just going to double crochet all across. And if you guys have any questions about this pattern, please let me know in the comment section. If I need to make a separate video on how to do something specifically, or if you just need me to elaborate on any part of this tutorial, I'm more happy to help you guys out. So if there's any confusion, please let me know. So now that we are at our second chain space again, you're going to make a triple crochet, and you're going to make 2 of them for the first one, for the first side. So this is our first 2 clusters. Again, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to add 2 more triple crochets. And again, you guys, this is really the pattern. I'm going to go ahead and finish this off. All right, I'm back, and these are my 2 complete merry-go-round granny squares. So now what we're going to do is just connect them together. So what you want to do is always have your rights facing your rights. You can use a tapestry needle, but for this demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and just continue using my hook. Starting with our chain 4 space on the bottom, I am going to insert my hook here right at our second chain from the chain 3. And if you got nails like me, this takes a second. So what you're going to do now that we have our pieces connected on our hook, I'm going to take my yarn and I'm going to go ahead and pull it through. And you can take your time. Sometimes I just start from taking it from one piece and then working my way to my second piece. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and make a chain 1. Now what you're going to do is simply go into that next space. So now that I went into my that third chain space, since we're working backwards, I'm going to go ahead and pull my yarn through 2 of those stitches. And then I'm going to make single crochet. And I'm going to go ahead and do that again so you can see a little bit clear. So going in a stitch here, going in that stitch there, pull your yarn through, you'll have 2 stitches, and then you'll go through. And that's how you make a single crochet. And now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to keep doing this all the way, just taking my time, making sure that I don't miss any stitch. What I'm going to go ahead and do is continue stitching this piece together, and I will come back and show you guys the final results of this hat. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you make a merry-go-round beanie. I love how fast like the yarn works up. And one thing I do love also is that they have these cute little hoes. And what I was thinking about doing just to add like some accessories by adding like some hoops right there. I think it would be cute just to personalize it. This is basically the end of the project. If you guys have any questions about any steps, any rows I did, or any stitch, please let me know down in the comments. And like always, please like, comment, subscribe, share, and have a wonderful day. Bye.